Hey everyone, welcome to Fuck, Marry, Kill, the podcast where we talk about how everything is reproductive justice. My name is Simran. I am the host of the podcast. I'm also the membership coordinator at SisterSong Women of Color Reproductive Justice Collective. And we are back for another year at Essence Festival. So we are in New Orleans at Essence. I'm really excited to be here again. This is our third year of doing a full activation, but I came to Essence as an intern back in the day before we could even get in the building, and we just walked around the building and tried to get people to sign petitions, and it was really hot and horrible. But now we're in the space. Our booth is twice as big as it was last year, and we have this wonderful RJ Culture House. So this is our Reproductive Justice Culture House where we are doing this live taping in, and it's a space for activists to come and connect and get inspired by the work that each other are doing and really see that there's so much movement work going on in the South and in Louisiana, and when we connect, we're able to build even more possibilities together. I am joined today by my new friend, Dorothy Nairne, to talk about gerrymandering and the future of Louisiana. Welcome.
Thank you, Simran, thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here. My friend, Dorothy has become a connection through one of my mutual friends too, and I have big plans to make Dorothy my friend long term, so today's day one of many. Dorothy is a dynamic serial entrepreneur with a career spanning over 3 decades in entrepreneurship and public health, committed to eliminating poverty in her, wow, my handwriting's terrible, and her unwavering life's mission revolves around environmental justice and spearheading the creation of well-paying jobs, all while celebrating African cultural heritage. So I'm really happy to have you here, and we're gonna start with a game of Fuck, Marry, Kill.
I'm ready to play.
Have you played before? I can't remember if I asked you that before.
I played so long ago that I don't remember, so it's like a renewal.
Okay,
Yeah.
A beginning of again. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna do Fuck, Marry, Kill with New Orleans things.
Oh, okay.
So Fuck, Marry, Kill, crawfish, beignets, gumbo.
Oh, fuck gumbo.
Okay, so that's the one. Where are we marrying?
Marry crawfish, because they're here to stay. Mm-hmm. And you can actually take the bodies of the crawfish and make a bug spray with it.
Really?
Yup.
Does it work?
Might could.
She's making things up. She cannot be trusted. It might work.
That's some true stuff now. That's some true.
That's Louisiana lore.
Right, and then
We're killing a beignet?
we're gonna kill a beignet, because you take that first bite and the powdered sugar is all over you. So kill it.
Kill it. Also, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but like from the Louisiana people, but like a funnel cake's the same. Like I could eat a funnel cake, right? Is somebody gonna kill me for that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry for any kids. I lied. I didn't say that. Cut that out. Cut that out.
Good,
I'm just saying that fried dough exists in a lot of different cultures, and so I could get my fried dough fix from other environments versus I'm not gonna get my crawfish fix. I guess I could eat like lobster or shrimp or something, but I'm not gonna get it's not the same. So I'm not gonna get my crawfish fix. I'm sorry to the city of New Orleans. I'd like to issue my formal apology.
We accept the apology on behalf of the whole state.
Oh, you speak for the whole state now.
Right now.
All right,
right
that's
here.
why I invited you.
I do.
We have the state of Louisiana as our guest today. Mm-hmm. So can you start by introducing yourself and your work?
Sure. I am a woman of the soil. I wasn't raised here, which gives me a different kind of perspective. But I used to come here. My mother was from the Bayou, which is about an hour and a half from here. And that's where I can trace like 5-6 generations of my lineage there to that soil where we were enslaved on this plantation called Little Texas. My mother used to say, it's going back to Little Texas Plantation. And it was so cute because I used to say, you mean Little Georgia Plantation? No. You mean Little Texas? Yeah. So just knowing what they did and how they made good on life there, even though it was such an insufferable kind of place to be. So that's on my mother's side. I would visit every year. I was raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, I don't think I realized that.
I changed my accent though, because I heard myself once, yeah, and it was like, oh my goodness, that is not coming from me.
Oh, you changed on purpose. Like, you were like, I'm gonna look in the mirror and practice this.
Oh, okay. So, but I spent some time in Atlanta, ATL, hey now, and did a PhD there and a master's degree there. And my PhD is in international affairs and economic development. So then I had the distinct pleasure of living and working in South Africa. I wanted to raise my children, I have 3 kids, in a country that had black people on the money. So we went to South Africa for 2 years in 1990 and stayed for 20 almost. So it liked me and I liked it.
Yeah.
So I got to work from Angola all the way to Zimbabwe, looking at public health issues, reproductive justice issues, And my main issue, which was poverty. Everywhere I went, it's like, why? Why? Where can we go that Black women are not poor, broke, and just like, oh, help me. So it's like, help me, we will. So I started a clothing label called Africa Loves Babies, and was even on Oprah with this particular label.
You were on Oprah?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
And had cute little African-inspired clothes for children, and made beadwork, made all kinds of things. But when your mama gets sick and she needs your help, what do? You take your Black ass home. So I did, and I ended up staying. So since 2016, I've been back on the bayou trying to do some job creation. So we've got some really good business things, including with that crawfish that I wasn't joking about. But I do like to tell jokes now. You gotta get it out of yourself.
Yeah, you still a trickster, but that one wasn't the trick. That one wasn't the trick.
No,
that was real.
No, it might be a joke though. But just kidding. But really, so I've got 3 big businesses ideas on paper. Cause can a Black woman get some money?
Yes, yes, she can.
Okay. So one is to take all kinds of recycled plastic and make eco-friendly parade throws. Because every single year, if nothing else happens, if we have a hurricane or not, we gonna have a Mardi Gras.
Right.
And what happens during Mardi Gras? People catch bees.
It's a lot of plastic.
So we want things. Yeah, and this plastic is toxic. This plastic is horrible. This plastic stays on the trees. This plastic gives us cancer. And not just the plastic that's thrown, but the plastic and where it comes from. Because it comes along that stretch of 85 miles along what we call Cancer Alley. So the parish where I live now, it might not be Cancer Alley directly, but it sure is Cancer Alley adjacent.
Right.
So my mother one day was like, my stomach shouldn't be feeling like this, should it? So it was like, well, let me touch her stomach. It was like, oh my goodness, what on earth is in your belly? We went to the doctor, that was on a Thursday. Friday, the doctor looked at me like, why is this woman having this thing in her belly? On Monday, she had a soccer ball sized tumor removed from the pit of her belly.
Oh my God.
So it's real, it's alive, and I gotta do something about it. So we're
Soccer
trying
ball
to do
is crazy.
Soccer ball. And soccer ball. So it didn't kill her, but it sure did change the trajectory of her life.
Right.
So,
She's still with us?
no.
Dang.
She graduated. I
graduated.
figured, you gotta graduate. So
You
it's
gotta
like, let's
graduate.
have some fun, you graduate. So I would ask her when she was dying, it's like, so if you're asking if I'm dead yet, well, if I'm dead, you dead too. Okay.
Good point.
So,
Hey, and a soccer ball sized tumor didn't take her out. That's a powerful woman.
right, I agree. Yeah.
So you are so well versed. You have obviously done a lot of things in your life, and I want to talk first about the thing that comes up when people Google your name, right?
Okay.
Which is about the gerrymandering case, about when you sued Louisiana for the way that they gerrymandered Black districts. And so I want to start by asking you, what is gerrymandering, and why does it happen? Why are people doing this?
So every 10 years after the census happens, then the districts are drawn. Louisiana has 6 congressional districts, so I'm on that case, and started on the case they called, before they being the ACLU and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. Someone called and they were like, would you like to join this case? Because we've got 32%, and the census, said, yeah, there's 32% Black population, but yet we had this crazily drawn district that had from Baton Rouge all the way to New Orleans, and so all the Black people in one district, all over here. But yet we're all over the state. You could drive across this state, and unlike like Illinois and other states where there are pockets that are big and Black, but we all over Louisiana.
Right.
So it's like, well, then let's sue so that we can have 2 congressional districts. So I've been on that case, and it's been a long time coming. And last week, we heard from the Supreme Court, because this case went all the way to the Supreme Court, and went to the Supreme Court and listened to the case because the districts were drawn. So we had 2 predominantly Black districts, and the state of Louisiana said, yeah, we agree with this. So a group of non-Black voters came up, and they were like, we're going to sue because we don't agree with this redistricting. But you know what? They didn't come to court. So I went to Shreveport to federal court, and I want to see. Because it's like, look, if I'm telling my story, if I'm testifying to say what it's like, because where I live in Assumption Parish, my neighbors voted in one congressional district, and I voted in another. So you can't organize like that. If you have different districts and you don't, well, are we voting today? I don't know. Well, shoot, I don't know either. So then people just throw up their hands and don't
Right.
vote. So all across the state, it's like that. So we now have these 2 black congressional districts, but yet we have people who are saying we don't want to live in that district.
Right.
But they won't come to court. They didn't go to the Supreme Court either to say, we stand up, because I want to look at someone and say, oh, so you don't think that we should be represented by 2 congressional districts. So the Supreme Court said, you know what? You're going to have to re-argue this case. So they off until October.
Okay, so you're coming back to this again in October.
Yup.
You know,
But there's another one. We've got 2. So there's
Okay.
the congressional case, and then there is the legislative districts that are being redrawn.
Okay.
And the senatorial districts. And so that case is under my last name. So it's Nairne versus Landry. So we could have like 6 or 7 more predominantly black legislative districts. We're waiting on that one too.
Right.
So we've been back to court, back
Right.
back and forth. It has been a hula hoop.
When did this start?
Like 20, maybe 21, 22.
Okay. So this has been a multi-year process and will continue to be a multi-year process.
Yeah, because by the time
Yeah.
we look up, we're going to have another census.
Right.
Again.
Why you? How did they find you to be able to do this? Why is this something that you want to be working on?
I had the benefit of being able to see something that was different. So a lot of people were like, I don't think I can speak up. There was one woman, in fact, who's on the congressional case, and she couldn't tell her story in court. So it's like, well, I can and I will and I did. So, they got people and would really work with us to make sure that we can testify in court, because in federal court, they got me, because they were like, okay, you did not vote in election A, B, C. It's like, well, look at those 23 elections, because we have an election every other day in Louisiana. So the way that they do it is very, very, very unfair, and they know what they're doing. So it's like, okay, how do we organize? So there's something that I can do.
Yeah.
And I think of all of my mother, my grandfather, and my mother learned how to spell democracy together so that they could then register to vote. And they kept changing it. So it's like Democracy. We know how to spell it.
Right.
So now what? So they keep changing the game on us. So
Yeah. No,
yeah.
it's so, there's so many ways to do voter suppression that are insidious. And I think that people have these ideas of like, okay, the scary people who are at the polls, who are actually trying to intimidate you at the polls. But there's so many things that happen before that, right? That stop people from being able to go or feeling like it's a place that they can go. Like, we just make it, you put in a little barrier, and then somebody who already can't get off work, who already has kids to take care of,
Exactly.
one little barrier is enough to stop you from going, right?
It is.
Just that's it. And so, yeah, I'm really interested in, so you talk about how they know what they're doing, right? And they do. Who is this they that you're talking about? Like, are we talking about a specific political party, or are we talking about the governmental system more broadly?
Both.
Both.
So the governmental system, and they're very crafty. They'll have the elections on a Saturday. And they'll have an election on a Saturday when Southern University, one of the HBCUs here in Louisiana, plays Grambling University. And they know you're not coming,
Right.
that has been planned for weeks and months. And now you have that big election on that date.
Right.
So the system is meant to get us not to vote. And then people are kind of tired. And I get it. There's fatigue that nothing changes around here. And I testified to that, to say that I remember people that I know in Assumption Parish especially, who I grew up with, would visit every year. They're in the same trailer, working the same job, doing the same things. And they're just like, well, nothing's going to change if we vote or not. So I ain't voting. I guess I'll just stay here and watch the game on TV then. So it's like, how do you get people reinvigorated when nothing has changed in these rural areas that deserve so much more?
And I think that's a fair and rational reaction to the reality that's going on. It's like, if you have lived through so many different presidencies through different people in Congress, and it feels like your life is not shifting fundamentally, then sure, you are going to believe that to be true. But obviously you think that there's something really powerful in the voting process and being able to provide that. So what keeps you inspired to wanting to be part of that electoral process?
Being able to tap into like Essence Fest and talk to people who maybe left their zip code a little.
Yeah.
To be able to laugh a lot and to, have some fun and to joke around, which I like to do. And not, to just be like, oh, okay, another shift, another day, so to get out of my routine and to travel. And I know that I've been privileged in my life, privileged with lots of education, privileged with parents who poured into me, privileged with the ability to live and work outside of the United States. So I have a big responsibility, and I have to represent my people in Assumption Parish who haven't even been in New Orleans. I had a cousin who'd never been to New Orleans. Well, you want to go today? Girl, no, he said.
I thought you were going to say yes. Did not go. Is he still never been to New Orleans then?
Oh, he passed away, so maybe he's here right now.
Yeah, he's probably here.
Yeah, but no, he had never
I feel his
made
presence.
it. 80-something years old.
Wow.
And he had never been to New Orleans. So that doesn't make me feel okay.
Right.
So to be able to have programs, to be able to have interventions, it's for everybody, not just children. We focus on children a lot, but it's the whole family that needs to get in the bus and go to New Orleans. But people, it's dangerous there. You better be careful. So just that keep people separate is alive and well. So there are all these little Napoleonville, Platteville, all these villes up and down the bayou. And they're like, I don't go to Labadeville anymore. They mean in Labadeville, but it's just right there.
Right.
So to have a different perspective it requires some kind of programming. So since I have it, I have a responsibility, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're taking that responsibility very seriously, obviously. Like it's something that you've been doing for a long time and have been committed to in different places too. So South Africa, do you consider going back ever?
I miss South Africa every single day. Because people there were like Trevor Noah smart.
Yeah.
So it didn't
Trevor
matter what
Noah
you did.
smart.
Where people were just smart and funny and would find the funny quickly.
Okay, were they Trevor Noah sexy?
Oh, not all of them.
Not all of them. Some of them.
But a lot of them. So I worked in HIV in South Africa with sex workers. So I got to interview like 10,000 women about sex work during the height of HIV. I didn't even have tears anymore for all the people that I met who died. However, every single woman would be like, you got a job at home? Can I come and watch your kids? I need to go to work. I need an income. So that's hard, so I have that imprinted within me. So it's always like, then I was empowered with the ability to think of businesses and enterprises that would not extract from the land, would not exploit the people, but could actually build up everybody collectively. So I'm here to help, and in South Africa too. So we want to do some work in South Africa. I hope to go back like in September. So I'm coming back home.
So keep an eye out, Trevor Noah. She's coming back. She's on her way. Oh, I'm excited for you. I feel like that's gonna be your gift to be able to go back and do you still have people there that you're?
Lots and lots and lots who are like, now I get to be like the go-to person because it's like, okay, you can't just randomly gossip. Because gossip is a pastime. So.
Gossip is the way that women connect, okay?
Right. So it's like, wait, what did they do?
Right.
They did what? Say what? Say what? Say what? So yeah, so I'm a good go-to person now because I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it, the gossip, sure, okay, you shouldn't talk about people's businesses, but if a man ever tells me not to gossip, I will freak out, Because I'm like, that's how we keep each other safe too. I'm gonna tell you if somebody's acting crazy, and also I'm gonna tell you if somebody was cheating on their partner. I just want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
fun.
I love to gossip, and you can gossip about me. Everyone in this room, know that you can tell everybody my business, including my mother. Ooh. You can tell them all. Yeah, she loves to gossip. She loves to gossip.
Oh, I want to meet her.
Yeah. No, I think you'd like her. I think she'd like you too.
Yeah, because I know I like you, and the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
It did not.
So we'd just be like, ooh, and so like for my mother, I would imitate somebody. Do it again. How they walk in? Oh, So yeah. It's fun.
Noelle, one of my coworkers, who's right there. I think was it you who did a really good Monica impression? No, damn! Somebody did. Monica's our executive director. Somebody did a really good Monica impression yesterday. Really good. Monica, if you're listening to this, it was very impressive. So when you think about gerrymandering more broadly, how does that impact communities of color? I mean, obviously there's a long-term impact of people not feeling like they can trust the voting system, not feeling like they want to get out. But when it comes to this, a specific election, how does it impact the outcomes of that election?
So people are able to elect somebody who gets their challenges their problems, and visits them, because that was one of the questions too. So I did not have one Black person representing me from where I lived. And I live in this Black ass state.
Right.
And yet my senator, my congressperson, even my local counselor in the police jury. We have police juries in Louisiana.
What's a police jury?
A police jury is like the city council. And but just imagine what that is like. I don't even know if I want to know, but if you were the police and the jury.
Wait, it's a city council, but they're all cops.
No, they're not. They're elected officials.
Okay.
And they have never in Assumption Parish had a woman elected to that police jury. So the jurors, I don't even have a Black person now representing me there. So it's like, the one man that I had, they're all men, of course. So do you respond to my concerns? And the answer is probably not.
Right.
So when we have an elected official who understands, who is responsive, who listens, who comes into the community, that changes things. Whether it's that pothole on the road or putting a library in a place and having an open hours that makes sense to me and responds to the community directly. So we need that. We need that, especially in Louisiana, which is number 50, number last, as they would say in South Africa, on everything that's good, and number 1 on everything that's bad, including like mass incarceration.
Yeah.
I'll give another example. There's a public service commissioner, Devontae Lewis. Go ahead, brother. And he was he's also a plaintiff on the redistricting for the congressional districts. And he can do something about it. I mean, to send an email even to your loved one who's in prison, you gotta pay for it. I mean, imagine. And it's not like, 2 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents. It's like 30, 40, 50 cents.
Yeah.
So how do you communicate with your loved ones who are all incarcerated?
Right.
So, just to know what's happening within communities and to know that, to have had a family member who was incarcerated, to have that in your family, you as an elected official will be able to respond a lot better.
And if we're talking about incarceration too, most states you can't vote if you're incarcerated. Some states you can't vote if you have ever had a felony. And then how do you advocate for your needs? How do you say, let's create reform in the prison system if the people who have been impacted by the prison system cannot even vote to move things in their direction? It makes it impossible to make change.
Absolutely, and it makes the community depressed. So even more, and there is a way that if you have paid your price, whatever that is, whether you served your time, you have no more fines to pay, you can restore your right to vote. So to have clinics, to have people who are able to have that right restored, which is on the books, you should be able to get that, have that. So those are the kind of things we need to be working on.
So this is obviously a thing that comes up when you Google you, but I know that you're working on so many other different pieces. When you think about what you want your legacy to be long term, what speaks to you as what you want people to know about you?
Eliminate poverty. The way that somebody walks on payday, now head held high, shoulders back. There's just a different, especially if you made that money legally. You didn't bust someone over the head, and take their wallet.
Right. You're still walking pretty proud if you I don't know, if I put someone, we got a wallet.
But to have that where when we look out on the bayou, that we no longer see that same sad situation, but rather and we're in hurricane season. So I want my legacy, I want to be such that the playing field has changed economically, where people have something to look forward to. They don't have to leave Louisiana for opportunities, which is the case now. So if you live in an Assumption Parish, what you gonna do? Where are you gonna go to work? And, they don't even have to cut cane anymore because the one machine does all of that. So it's depressing. It's regressing. It's bad. So I would like to eliminate poverty, including in New Orleans. So throughout this little state that we love.
I love that because poverty is a policy choice. And people love to act like it's a universal truth, like there's no way out of it. Poverty is a accepted thing that societies have. There is enough housing for everybody if we gave people housing. There's enough food for everybody. There is enough resources to go around. We choose not to give it to some people. And I think that poverty as a policy choice has really been something that has fundamentally changed the way that I view this too, is that I'm like, oh, this is not just an absolute natural truth. Somebody put you in this position. position. The system put you in this position.
Absolutely. Because why? Why is it so difficult?
Right.
You know, and we have the money in this wealthy country, but yet, you know, and we make choices, not we, but we,
the royal we.
yeah, make choices that are not in favor of the masses of people.
No.
And that's not good.
Right.
Because if a third of your population is depressed and impoverished, that's not good on the tax base. That's not good on crime.
Right.
Because then you know you're going to get in where you fit in.
And they know that. They know that these things that would be good for everybody, right? Like sex education is good for everybody.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, like all these things that would be good for every single person, but they would rather dick us over and know that they're dicking themselves over a little bit, but they're dicking us over a lot. And that's more appealing than something that is good for everybody, because helping people that are different than you is fundamentally against the vision of America.
And here we are.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
4th of July, y'all.
Yeah.
It's the 6th? Is it the 5th? 6th? What day is it? 5th? Okay. All right, we're right after that. God bless the USA.
So I heard the other day that it's, to me, it was just 14 days past Juneteenth.
There you go. There
That's
you go.
what the 4th of July was about. 4th, 5th, 6th. It's just not good. Not good.
Well, for me, it's just the day that my dogs freak the fuck out. It's the day that they try to run away. Okay, like, and I get that. They're not patriotic. They're not down with with the system going on right now. So why is Louisiana the right place for you to be doing this work?
If we can change Louisiana, the rest of the country and world will be easy. Yeah, some of the business ideas that I have, I could have done in South Africa. But I hear it's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm black, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a woman, I'm sorry. You know, where the police jury in Assumption Parish, for example, I went to them, I wanted to take the sugarcane waste and make doors. Because, you know, every room has how many doors in it, every house has how many doors in it. Termites don't like it, it doesn't swell in the humidity, and it's plentiful. So we could have had a whole door building industry. These 9 men on this police jury, they're looking at me. The only question they had after my presentation, which was pretty good, I might say.
I believe it.
Was, little lady, what your husband think of that?
That's what they asked you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're not even trying. They're not even trying to not be bigots. That's crazy.
And just looking at me like, how she think of that? You can't do that. I mean, So
Yeah.
Louisiana, if I can survive, and I have for the past years, thanks to, you know, people who, like you, like this right now, that then give me the unmitigated gall to continue. The bravery, the you know, just the release, the air maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it has to be done. Because, I mean, how can I just say, well, I'm going to kick the can down the road a little bit more for the next generation or the next generation? Well, it's gotta start somewhere or continue, because I know I stand on the shoulders of ancestors who did all that they could. And so I think, you know, when I'm in my feelings and I'm upset and feeling sorry for myself, then I think, wow, wait a minute. I am sitting here in the middle of the day talking to whoever I want to talk to. You know, I'm cooking the food that I want to eat. My ancestors didn't have that luxury of their own use of time, sitting in a house that's not, you know, blazing hot outside, inside, outside, outside, inside. So I have responsibility. So yeah, and in Louisiana, so
I love that.
You know.
That's a beautiful way to view your life. Like, I feel like that's an inspiring way to view your life. It's so easy to get bogged down, and you're a very refreshing person to be around, especially working in this job. You know, it's so easy to be focused on all the oppression and the pain and all of that. And I always think about how magical it is to be black and brown people, how magical it is to be queer people. Like, that's what makes us so special, but it's so easy to hear it and then be like, and those are the things that make my life hard. But what makes your life hard is homophobia. What makes your life hard is racism.
Exactly.
So when I asked you what you wanted to talk about today, you said, I'll talk about anything, but I want to talk about joy. I want to center joy in all of this. Why I mean, obviously that is so central to who you are. That's the presence that you bring. Why do you stay this, why you got the gall? Why you got the balls on this? Like, how do you do it? How do you bring joy to the center when so many people struggle with that?
I think I got that from South Africa, really,
Yeah.
where people can find the funny. Yeah, I just remember doing a support group of people living with HIV, and there was one person who then, on her way from the support group, slipped, fell, bumped her head, busted said head, and died.
What?
And it was like, that's so funny because, after the initial, like, okay, we knew she was gonna die, but we didn't know she was gonna die like this.
Jesus fucking Christ. I did not see that one coming. You got my ass. That's crazy.
So to be able to find the funny.
Sure,
And
I agree.
I'm silly by nature, and I like to make myself laugh, and hopefully, my silliness doesn't offend. I don't even care anymore. I'm that old. But I spent a long time trying to behave myself. Okay, stop. It's not that funny. Stop. So then when my mother passed away, my mother was a first grade teacher. I'm the youngest of 6 kids, including 2 sets of twins. So she could look at you, she could give you a nice slap, and you didn't even see it coming. And so it's like, okay, you know what? I don't have to behave anymore if I don't want to.
And that's part of your like it's not something that takes away from what you're doing, it's something that adds to what you're doing. It makes people want to listen to you. Like, you're funny. It makes you and I think that's so special. Like, I feel like my perception of a PhD is that they're mean and serious. And you're not mean and serious.
No, I tried. It didn't work.
You tried?
I tried for about 15 minutes. Because I was like, who am I fooling?
Then something silly happened and you were like,
yeah, exactly. Let me go in the bathroom and laugh. They can hear me laughing. And it's like, y'all just take yourself so seriously. And we can't do anything because it's like, it's not even mutual masturbation. It's just masturbation. A lot of the theory that's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, we need to try something new.
right.
So, or recycle some jokes, because that shit was funny, some of it.
Things are really funny. Things
so
are
it's
really
like,
funny.
you got to find the funny, because, if we're going to stay alive, and I think we are,
I think we are.
then we got to, have some fun. So it's like, boots on the ground. I got that dance down, by the way, although I'm not going to do it.
Come on.
Yep.
Come
I'm learning how to twerk again.
Come on.
I'm going to work my back, my neck, my back, so all of it. Get the old songs out and put them into, something, because that's what people listen to. And I saw it up close and personally, getting a comedian, getting, a rapper, and getting a singer. They're going to remember all that instead of womp, womp, womp,
Right.
womp, womp, womp. Well, we learned that during the Peanuts and Charlie Brown. That all sounded the same. People don't listen to you when you're just saying some womp, 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 womp.
That's what culture change work is all about. And that's something that, SisterSong has really been trying to focus on the last couple of years, is that, like, we have our hands in the policy, we have our hands in these other pieces, that direct service, more mutual aid type stuff, but also that big thing of the culture change and saying, like, how do we change hearts and minds? You're not going to do that with a womp, womp, womp. You're going to do that with music.
Bump,
You're going to,
bump, bump.
you're going to do that. You're going to do that with music. You're going to do that with, like, telling stories, narratives, all of that. And so being able to kind of shift our focus, I think, a little bit, especially in this political moment where it's hard to keep your focus on policy without feeling like you want to explode. And so this is kind of a way also where it's like, at the end of the day, the people are the power, or they should be. And so being able to change the thoughts of the people and know what matters to the people. I remember that we were doing a canvassing thing in North Carolina, and we were talking to people about what they thought about abortion stuff. And everyone was like, lady, we do not care. We don't care. We're trying to put food on the table. Stop asking me about abortion. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of fair. Like, that makes sense, It's like, when if you become pregnant and you don't want to be pregnant, abortion is all of a sudden the biggest thing in your world. But on a day-to-day, it's not really what people are thinking about. And you don't know that until you talk to people, And so being able to actually have those conversations is how you start to understand that we're all kind of, pretty much everybody's in the same boat. It's like, I want to play Candy Crush and be able to, eat, feed my children and have an income and have health care and play Candy Crush. I want to have a little bit of extra income so that every once in a while I can do the microcharges on Candy Crush. That's all I'm asking for. I have spent a lot of money on Candy Crush. I had to delete it because I hit $300 and I was like, Simran, you've gone too far. You've gone too far, babe. No, you gotta stop. But, I'm crushing candy. That's what I like to do.
I was a Candy Crusher too. And
I knew I liked you. We should go crush some candy together.
Yeah. And then it was just like, wow, this is so affirming. I'm really good at this. And I talked myself into appearing at the Candy Crush Olympics.
You're making shit up again.
Yeah, I am.
You're making shit up again.
But I told my kids and any other child that I would see, until now, these kids will Google you. So it's like, you want the Chartreuse Power Ranger? Yes, I was.
Yes, the fuck I was.
We didn't have all that back then, though, see.
You gotta start saying that your things, aren't there like certain, like, nobody knows who Marshmallow is? Isn't that a thing? You know the DJ Marshmallow with the marshmallow head? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know Marshmallow.
Or like, I think there's certain celebrities that we don't know who they are. You should start telling them you're those people, is my point.
You're
like,
right.
Like Horse Girl. Horse Girl, right? That's another DJ who wears a horse head. We don't know who Horse Girl is. You could be Horse Girl.
I might be.
You might.
I am.
I've never seen Dorothy and Horse Girl in the same room. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay. Do the math. I then started telling my children that I invented the question mark.
Prove me wrong. Literally prove me wrong.
Find that. No, you didn't. Shakespeare did. That shit ain't true.
Did Shakespeare?
That's some whitewashing.
Right.
In the dictionary. I invented the question mark. Now go sit down somewhere.
If you trust black women, you believe that I invented the question mark.
And I think you invented the semicolon.
Oh, I sure did. I sure did. I'm 27 years old. The semicolon is exactly 27 years old. I came out the womb and I was like, Mom, you're not gonna believe it. It's like this. It looks like this. So why do you think that, obviously we like to have a good time, all of that, why do you think that joy is necessary to move our movements forward?
We have to have more in this life than just like, oh, no cross, no crown. My mother used to say that a lot. Like, this life shouldn't be fun. It's like, well, I don't agree with that. I think we can make life what we want it to be. And to me, that's liberation. That's freedom. And if we're going to do some really hard work, we've got to center joy around it, because what's the point at that point? You know?
What's the point? Right, what are we fighting for if it's not to like laugh a little? What the hell is the point? Yeah.
And it'll lower your blood pressure. It will bring back some T cells. And it might help your bumped head feel a little better.
Maybe.
Just might.
It might.
Your food tastes better when it's cooked with some joy.
Or you might die because you bumped your head. That's what
and if you do, then, you know, at least like...
It'll be a little funny. If I'm gonna die, I do hope it's funny. Like, I do hope it's funny.
When,
and I think it will be.
I think you'll die really well.
Thank you. Nobody's ever said that to me before. That means a lot. Well, I have broken 7 of my 10 fingers, and it's really, and 7 individuals. 7, I know. I'm kind of clumsy, and I get my fingers stuck in doors. And so my goal is to break all 10. So on my deathbed, those are my friends out there, I asked them on my deathbed, I want them to snap my last 3 fingers so I can die knowing that I broke all 10.
Do they know which ones?
Do you know which ones? Okay, I'm gonna mark them. I'm gonna get tattoos. 1, 2, 3.
That's a living will right there.
Oh, my other idea for when I die, okay? I want to get cremated, and then I want my friends and also my children to crush me up, all right? Put me in some cocaine and snort me.
Oh.
That's what I want to happen.
I wonder if that'll be an extra good high.
I bet it will. I bet you're high on Simran, bro. That's the drug. That's my drug of choice, baby.
And I bet people won't be itching and all that.
Yeah. I hope my kids aren't like too young when I ask them to do that. Like, I hope I die when they're like adults, because if my 8-year-old's like, Mom told me to, you know, like, and I'm like, I love you, my son. I love you, my boy. Set him down a bad path, but don't do cocaine. Only do Simran cocaine. Right.
Yeah, but by that time, because I think you're going to be like 110.
I don't think I want to be 110, but thank you.
Well, maybe I'll have new bodies. I don't know.
Yeah, we could be, who knows how long. I don't know. I got a lot of time left, I think.
Well, let's think about it.
What do you want to happen?
Some time travel.
I can make it happen for you.
Because if I could go back in time, I don't know where I'd go exactly, but I'm trying to go back and fix some shit so that we can move forward in a better way. Yeah, because I mean, if we could go back to 2021, 2022, and redo the election.
I thought you were gonna say like killing Hitler, but no, you mean like 4 years back. More recent. Yeah, totally.
And then there's sometimes where you think, wow, I should have eaten more of that food. You know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back to that. That's like, you know, that's the first segment in the movie, right? Where you didn't do it right. You know, go back to a time that's more significant, like you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, dance a little harder.
Dance a little harder. Yeah, make the most of a moment. Yeah. I'd like to see Sinners again for the first time. That's pretty good. I'd like to see that again for the first time. I'd also love to do Acid again for the first time.
Really?
That was the best thing ever the first time. So I would love to lose my acid virginity again. I would not like to lose my regular virginity again.
No?
No, I don't think so. Would you want to do your first time again?
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's epic, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm very happy for you.
I could go back to like 1982, and I would know what to do. Could I take all my wisdom
No.
with? Oh.
Oh, wait, actually, yeah, sure.
Then hell yeah, I'm going back.
You're blowing someone's mind. They're like, why do you know how to
I'ma
do
be all
that?
like, yep,
Why you know how
yep.
to twist, shake, and bop it like
Right?
that?
And back then I could turn my head all the way around like the Exorcist. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for in a woman. Someone who can turn their head all the way around, like the Exorcist.
Yep.
You can't get, how you gonna get out of the house?
And what brings people together?
Food?
Food. The crawfish burl. Crawfish burl.
Right, if you invite me to that and then you say, all right, Simran, we're like calling our senators or something, fine.
So it's like, so I can't get another little crawfish until I make that call. Okay, you gonna make that call?
Fine, right. But by the time you're done eating your crawfish, you're hungry again because it took you so long to figure that out, you know? But yeah. I think you can really see the difference after growing up in New Hampshire and coming here. Like the start, you know, when you grow up here, you probably just, this is just how it is. But being able to see that difference. And I think it's so true that it's like the South is where all the black and brown people are, and people love to be like, and my family included, I'm from Pennsylvania, and my family would say things like, when I moved down here, they were like, why are you moving to the South? You're gonna get killed. Like they were very concerned about the politics down here. And sure, there is concerning politics, of course, that are gonna impact my life. But broadly, when you think about that, it's like, they're very concerned about the, you know, like this political world, but in reality, if you're in Maine, which is the whitest state in America, and you're surrounded by all white people, sure, they might vote Democrat, but it's really easy to vote Democrat when you don't actually have to deal with people who are different than you. When you're neighbors and you have to be around people who are different than you and love people who are different than you, that's when you actually get to make change. Fundamentally, it's real easy to vote for universal health care in Maine when you're just, it's all white people. You're just helping all white people, and you're not scared of them. Like, it's not the same.
Around here, what I like is that people have there are social pleasure clubs. You know, so people gather. There's a group, girls who hula hoop, and they meet at City Park every so often. I mean, just people have interest group. There's a puppet community, you know, and they have their big head puppet parade. I went to it last month or a couple of months ago. And I mean, so just the gathering so that you can, the Jeep Club, and it's like, toot toot. I don't have a Jeep, but I definitely toot when I see them. And so to have all these groups, I know that would have been organizing kind of apparatus in dealing with HIV work. You know, where it's like, wow, HIV would have been over it's still an issue, granted. However, to have those organizing structures, we would have been able to come in and do all kinds of behavior change with that.
If we had puppet clubs, we could have ended HIV. End quote. But yeah, no, I think that's very true. It's like, it's hard to get people to come to things that are just about our oppression.
Exactly.
So get somebody to come to a crawfish boil, come to a fucking puppet club. I want to be a ventriloquist when I was a kid. I got kind of good at it too. Like not that bad.
Okay, here's the.
Okay, I used to do a duet with my puppet, so I would do, don't go breaking my heart.
I won't go back to
How's that good? I'm better, I swear I'm on the spot. But yeah, I would have joined a ventriloquy club is my point. But yes, yeah, I think that's absolutely right.
But the cool thing about here, especially in New Orleans where there's so much to organize, you know, people try things at every age. I have a friend who's 63 and did her debut at a burlesque show.
Ooh, good for her.
And her name is Vintage Velvet. Shout out Vintage Velvet. 63, showing her ass on stage, you know, and doing it really well.
I like a mature woman.
Yeah, exactly. So to be able to do that.
No homo. I lied. It's homo. So what do you see as the future of Louisiana and the South broadly? Like, what do you see the next 10 years really being like?
We got to have some prosperity someplace around here. So just straight up job creation. And if the federal government's not helping us, and I don't think they are anytime soon, we're going to have to do it ourselves. So somebody got to do it, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it right here. And so again, if we can show that we can do it here and get people excited about life again, and not just on Sunday when you drunk as a skunk and you bopping, you know, during a second line, but on a Monday. So I know we want to create jobs for people coming out of prison because it's like, wow, I get this second opportunity to make money. I'm appreciated, to have a workplace that people want to come to work.
Yeah.
A fun workplace where you can do burlesque if you want to.
And you get to be you. You get to be yourself.
Yeah.
Totally.
So that people aren't trying to be like cookie cutters, but rather we celebrate. New Orleans and Louisiana can do that. So, especially here in the South Louisiana of Louisiana. So, I look forward to it. So, mark my day. Today's the 5th. The 5th of July, 2025. In 10 years.
We're going to have fun.
We're going to have prosperity. We're going to have fun no matter what, but we're going to have some prosperity too.
In 10 years, I'm calling you. And we're going to see what's up.
Well, phones by then will just be like.
Yeah, I'll just like yell into the ether and it'll get to you.
And we'll invent it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'll be the ripe age of 37.
Oh my goodness. In 10 years, I'll be 69.
Okay, best year. Let's go.
Right?
That's the funniest year objectively. I look forward to calling you.
I'll be like, baby.
Dorothy, is that you?
That's might be me. It might could be me.
You remember me?
I might could.
You be living on the bayou with me, shoot.
Ooh.
You never know.
Ooh.
Right?
I think you'd be a pretty good roommate. How old are your kids?
Old enough to move out.
Heard. No, but are they old enough to like hang out with me? Like, are we friends?
Yeah. I've got one that's 30 something, one that's 20 something,
Are they
and one
cute?
that's 20 something. Yeah, they're cute.
They're single?
Cute. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, what time is it? No, they're not. Two aren't. One is.
One is. All right,
Okay.
If they're cute, you let me know. Dorothy, do you have any exciting things that are going on in Louisiana or South that you want to know?
We're going to make some eco-friendly Mardi Gras supplies some kind of way.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So when you catch in, it's going to be something you want to keep, but not just throw on the ground and walk away with. So we want to clean up the streets, have recycled plastic, recycled glass, recycled tires, and just have prosperity and have some fun. Good food. And a little less, more vegetables. More vegetables. We're gonna eat more vegetables.
Oh, sure. Okay. That's a good one.
What's going on?
I don't want to eat more vegetables, but I will say, okay, I do have one last story before we wrap up, which is that I had a friend during Mardi Gras. It was our first Mardi Gras here. You might know him. Okay, but he had a bunch of Mardi Gras beads on, and he got hit by a fucking car during Mardi Gras, like through the windshield, and the only reason why he survived was because he had so many Mardi Gras beads on that it stopped him from breaking his neck.
Are you serious?
Isn't that crazy? The ambulance was like, wow, thank God you got mad throws, bro. Otherwise you'd have a serious problem. And that's why I believe in the Mardi Gras gods. But if they were eco-friendly, it'd be even better.
I could hear it. Well, thank goodness whoever that was survived it and didn't fall on the floor like she's...
Like my girl.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. All right, well, thank you so much for being here, Dorothy.
having
You are a
me.
delight, and I'm so grateful that we got to have this conversation that was so full of light. So, all right, bye, Essence Fest.
Bye. See you next year.
We'll see you next year. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Do you do an outro or is that it?
That's it.